Hi guys, welcome to another episode of my channel, and in today's episode I'm going to be talking about my cost of living, my monthly cost of living as a grad student in the US. Now, I've gotten so many emails from people that are trying to come to my school or that are generally trying to come to the US, and most of the question is like, how can I give a rough estimate of the amount that I spend on monthly basis? Now, the good thing about the US is that most of the money that you're going to spend every month, most of the expenses that you would incur every month, like you can have an idea of it. It's not like there are very few variables except you are like sick or something, and so you have an idea of how much you need to survive every month. So that is what I want to do in this video. I'm going to share with you a detailed analysis of how like of my expenses every month, how much it costs for me to stay alive every month basically. So, and I'm also going to talk about my income and how I'm able to like balance the whole thing, so that when you're coming here it's going to make a bit of sense as to how much you should come with before you find a balance. So if you've not subscribed to my channel, do so by clicking on the subscribe button below. Do not forget to hit the like button if you like the video, which I know you will. Also, do not forget to drop a comment. Comments are really important to me. They kind of like ginger me up, you know. So without further ado, let's get started. First, I like to say that my current look right now is weird. I feel like I'm trying to look at the camera, but I'm also trying not to look at something. Like, I feel much comfortable looking this way, but I know that you're gonna enjoy the video if I look this way. So forgive me if I look here and there every now and then. Okay, so let's get started. The biggest expenses that I incur every month is my rent, right? So my rent is about $460, and it comes with utilities as well. That's probably one of the cheapest you get if you live alone in Atlanta. I live in a really big city, so that makes sense. I live in Atlanta. I live very close to downtown, and I live alone. Like, I have a room in an apartment. Like, I have three other flatmates. We call it flatmates in Nigeria, but they call it roommates in America. So like, I have three other roommates, but I have my own separate room. So, and I pay about $460 together with utilities. But I know that for this, my old apartment, which is like a 3-bedroom apartment, my room is the smallest. For this old apartment, we pay $1,000, and we pay $1,195 per month for rent alone, right? So we divided that 3 ways, and then like not equally, because the room sizes are different. Like, the rooms are of different sizes. Mine is the smallest, so I pay the least. I think I pay about $398 or thereabout. Then the rest goes into like bills, which is like our light and electricity and internet. We don't pay for water. Water is free everywhere, I think. So yeah, that's as far as my rent goes, right? Then the next thing that is important after rent is my transportation. I need to be able to move from one point to the other. Now, because I'm a student and my school has I think they have like an arrangement for students with MATA. MATA is the name of the train station in Atlanta. It's Metropolitan Atlanta Rail Transport. I don't know, MATA, M-A-R-T-A. That's what we call it. But I think it's rail transport. No, road transport. I don't know. Okay, so MATA is like the transportation system in Atlanta. They have the train and the bus. The same pass works on both systems. I've never been on the bus before, but you pay $68 every month as a student, right? So now the catch there is that for you to be able to pay, no, I pay $62. I think, yeah, $62. Now, for $62, sorry. For you to be able to pay $62 every month as a student, you have to pay for a month in advance, which means if school resumes by July, I have to pay for July by June. I have to pay for July pass by June. So that way I get the discounts. But if I fail to do that, when I'm paying, I have to like use my student pass. There's a special pass for students. Like, there's a special card for students, not a general card. Let me see if I can show you. There's a special card for students. So if I load my special card outside, I think I pay $68. If I load like a regular citizen card, I think it's about $70 something. So this is Breeze card by MATA. I don't think it's showing well, but this is Breeze card by MATA. And well, I want you to be able to see. I I don't know. This is Breeze Card by Mata, and this is the student. You see GSU student, right? So it comes with a discount. Now there are times that you don't want to, like, so this is $61, $62, or $68 if you are loading it outside. Now I have another one. I have another Breeze card that I got from my girlfriend. So this is like the public Breeze card. So you see, it doesn't have like GSU behind it, right? So okay, so the idea there is that when I don't want to pay for a full month, when I don't want to pay for a full month subscription on this one, I just pay for a round trip. So take for instance during summer, it would be a waste of money if I'm not going to school every day to put a lot of money on this, right? So I would basically just buy like trip on this one. So it's expensive, but I don't have to spend like $60 that I will not use every month. Yeah. So that's the second thing. Just let's say $61. Okay. Now that's not all that I spend on transportation, because obviously I go elsewhere that I don't like to take the train to. Like if I go to my girlfriend's place, I can take the train, but then the train station from like the train station, the distance between the train station from the distance from the train station to our house is a bit far. So which means most of the time she would have to come to the train station to pick me up. I don't like it when I do that because I figure out like it's much stress. So I usually end up like taking Lyft from my house to her house, and that's like $20. So let's say I go there like 3 times in a month, right? 3 times in a month, like during the weekend. And so roughly I estimate spending about like $150 on transportation every single month, together with my Mata, my $62 Mata, and then the rest on Lyft or Uber transportation. But you're obviously not going to incur that kind of expenses if you're not in a relationship where you have to like go back and forth. So, but that's that. Then the next thing is food, right? Food is really cheap in America, but I think most of the time I try to like hit stuffs, like I try to go to African markets and buy like Nigerian food. So that can be really expensive. So I'm just gonna say I spend about $200 on food if I'm trying to like eat like buy Nigerian stuff. I think I used to have like a receipt from a Nigerian store. Okay, so this is Walmart. If you are buying from American store like Walmart or Target or Aldi's, they are really cheap as compared to like going to African markets. African markets are really expensive. So if you're trying to save money, go to like Walmart. But the truth is that you're gonna get like American things. So you have to be able to make sense of how to join American things together and make a nice edible recipe. So but for food, I spend about $200 on food, and that includes the cost of like eating out, because I do eat out sometimes too, especially like on weekends. I can buy like pizza, or like I can just go to like KFC and buy stuff, or Chick-fil-A and buy stuff, right? So $200. Now the next thing is that my phone bills. Now I don't pay my phone bills every month. I pay it like I do 6 months plan, and I'm probably using the cheapest like phone bill in America. I don't know, the phone network. I use the cheapest. Like my friend makes fun of me that I'm probably like the cheapest, whatever. So I pay $150 for 6 months. That brings it to like $25 every month for phone bill. Now the truth is that I don't pay it every month. I just pay it at a stretch. So that's one thing you should also know about expenses in America. If you can offset your bill ahead of time, it's good to do it. If you have like a bill that you can pay like 6 months ahead, 3 months ahead, a year ahead, do that, because it kind of like limits the stress that is going to be on you when you have to like keep paying these bills every month. Okay, so that comes to about $25 per month for having phone, and it's unlimited call and text message. I get about 8 gigabytes of data every month on my plan, right? So which I really don't need more than that, because in my house I have Wi-Fi, in school I have Wi-Fi. So the only time that I really need the internet is probably like the only time that I really need their internet is when probably my network is bad, or I'm not in my house and I'm not in school, right? So that's $25 per month. Now it doesn't come with international call, and I need to call my family, right? Although we have WhatsApp, but sometimes you really want to have like conversations that you don't want to use WhatsApp, because WhatsApp sometimes can be slow. So usually I end up buying like $5 for calling. Basically, I end up buying like $5 for calling, and so that brings my expenses. I'm trying to look at the list where I wrote everything on. So that brings my expenses to well, I'm gonna give you the summation when I'm done. So another thing that I pay for every month is my health insurance. Now I don't pay for it every month. I'm not on the school plan because it's way expensive as compared to like the third party plan that I'm using, right? So this is one thing again that I should know about America. Health insurance is important and it is compulsory for you as an international student. In fact, it's compulsory for everybody. Healthcare system in America is complicated and it is very expensive. What that means is that if you fall sick and you don't have health insurance, oh boy, you will hate yourself. So most of the time, you want to make sure that you have health insurance. You want to make sure that you don't fall sick, because yeah, that's the wise thing to make sure that you don't fall sick. So I pay for like 6 months plan. I pay $288 for 6 months. So that brings it to about $48 per month as far as health insurance is concerned. I think that's like the cheapest you'll probably get. If you are younger, I think for my first 6 months I wasn't paying that much because I was like 24. I was 24 years old. So but the moment I became like 25 years old, I think it increased a little bit. So it's also age dependent too. So if you're younger, you're probably going to pay like a bit less than that. So that's most of the things that I spend money on that is compulsory for me to spend money on every month. So that kind of like bring, well, my rent $460, my transportation $150, my food $200, phone bills $25 per month, and health insurance $48 per month. So that brings everything to, well, and I also buy like $5. I did not have that because it's just $5 anyway. So everything, the summation of everything is about $883 per month. Now take note that I said that most of the bills that I pay every month is like just my rent, my transportation, my food. So my phone bills and my health insurance, I try to pay them 6 months ahead of time, right? So but if you break everything down, you end up with about $900, give or take, as living expenses per month. That's because number one, people that live in a more rural area, not rural, people that live in a place that is not like us, that is not a city like Atlanta, they might pay less, they might spend less, they might live on like $700 or $600 per month, right? But if you live sorry, I just got a mail from my supervisor. Okay, but if you live in a city like mine, I probably live on like some of like the cheapest, like my cost of living is probably cheap. Now I know that people share room where like they have like a roommates where two people like sleep on the bed or share a room. They can pay less. Imagine we have 2 people in my room right now. I'll probably be paying like $230 per month for rent, right? So for rent, so which is cheap, you know. So but yeah, that's my expenses. And I make for income, I made a video about my monthly income or my monthly stipend as a graduate teaching assistant. I'm gonna try and link it somewhere in the video, either in my right or my left side. I think it's always in the left side. I'm gonna link it in the video so that you can see how much I make every month. But yeah, I go into details about how much I make every month. Make sure that you watch that video. It's going to give you an idea of how to plan for your expenses when you're coming to the US, because most of the time people come without planning properly, and then like it's always like a really big deal as far as like coping and surviving is concerned. So that's all I have for you in today's episode. If you like the video, which I know you do not forget to give the video a thumbs up, do not forget to drop a comment, and most importantly, do not forget to share and subscribe, right? Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you for coming back to drop a comment. Thank you for showing me love, and I hope we continue on this level, and I cannot wait to see most of you in America. Well, all of you. Let me not say most of you, all of you in America. That's it. I'll see you in the next episode. How?